All right, everybody, welcome back to Tech Talk with Dan Harley. This is a Tech Talk episode number 82, How to Avoid Losing Everything on Your Computer, recorded on March 7th, 2017. Well, I almost put this episode off because it's so darn nice outside in Apple Valley here today. Temperature is just right, not much wind, no rain, beautiful skies, and one of those days I just want to be outside. But I did realize some of my listeners are wanting me to help them, so I came back inside to the show. So anyway, the last episode was Tech Top episode number 81, How to Avoid Getting Hacked. And if you have this important episode for those of you using, let's say, simple unencrypted passwords for your online life, and this is a way to show you this episode show you how to do it right. Using heavily encrypt everything on your online life. And it's actually pretty easy to do. So if you are still kind of in that situation where you're using one password for everything or trying to remember one or two or three passwords, or have a hard time remembering your passwords, you really want to heavily encrypt your life, make sure people don't hack you, and then check out that episode. It's episode number 81 to TikTok. Before we get going into today's topic, let's do some announcements here. As usual, thank you for listening and watching. My readership and viewerships and people watching the show keeps on growing and growing. Thanks to you folks out there. Very, very much appreciate it. This is what I keep doing these episodes for you folks out there to help you out and make your online life much, much easier and your business more profitable. And so I appreciate all that. Now, if you're listening on iTunes or an Android podcast directory, do me a big favor and rate my show and submit a review. And I really appreciate that because it helps my show grow, my listener base grow and all this stuff, and can help more people. Now, if you're watching YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, question, kudos, and make sure you pay attention to me over there too. Now, if you need to find me for somehow, some way, you can go to primeconscious.net, where you have links to all the podcast show directory, all the podcast shows, and everything else out there. And also, we have lots of great stuff on the site there. Lots of free tutorials on business and internet related topics. And my favorite one is almost free ways to advertise your business online. So go to primeconscious.net, check that out there. Either way, please pass the word. Share the episode, tell others about the podcast show and the YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate it. A little legal disclaimer here. Products mentioned in this and other episodes of Tech Talk with Dan Harley could be paid as an affiliate commission, promotion commission, or the liking by the product or service provider. In other words, I just might be selling you something, especially in this episode where I'm actually doing a service review. So thanks for listening and watching. Now let's get back to the fun part of Tech Talk here. The topic is how to avoid losing everything on your computer. I'm going to go through a few different stories here to kind of give you an idea how critical this stuff is. All right, first of all, I have a friend that had a very old business computer. This thing is Windows XP, easy 10 years old. His entire business is on this computer. Now, unfortunately, he had a partner that was a slightly techie, not a super techie, but techie enough to cause him problems. Now, they had an argument, and they split the sheets, and before the partner went out the door, he intentionally crashed the computer. So my friend's business was really at a standstill until he could recover the data for the computer, get a new computer, purchase new software, and pay the IT guy, me, to fix everything. So it was not a pretty situation here. Now, another story I had here is a medical office where the computer crashed. Their patient data was lost, and the office essentially shut down, and it was very expensive data recovery because they had to ship the hard drive into a special company that specializes in recovering data off of crashed hard drives. So they were down for almost 2 weeks waiting for this to get done, and they had to buy new computers, purchase new software, and pay the IT guy, me, to go fix everything. Now, another critical situation was a little bigger company, a medical group, actually. Their computers were locked up all of a sudden, and it popped up with there's a pop-up with a phone number on it to call this number. The number was basically what's called a ransomware. There was a hacker put some ransomware, somehow, some way injected ransomware into the computer here. And their own IT people couldn't stop it. So This company was subjected to paying $6,000 a month in ransom. That's what I call ransomware to this company to keep their computers going. So it was a horrific experience. All three of these. Now they all have the same common problem. They never backed up the data. They had a freak accident or freak situation, and they're suddenly screwed. And to recover from it was from all this was very expensive, and they're also very lucky too, believe it or not, because it could have been much, much, much worse, even though it's already bad enough as it is. So now all these scenarios could have been avoided, and avoided very inexpensively. It's very easy to do. In fact, they didn't even need an IT guy to avoid these situations from happening. And it really comes down to having cloud backup on these computers, on these situations here. And basically what cloud backup is it's technology, IT technology, internet technology. Basically, send copies of the data off the computers to an off-site location where it's secure and accessible. Now, a lot of people get cloud storage mixed up with cloud backup. Cloud backup mixed up with cloud storage. Now, there's two differences. Cloud storage is something like Dropbox, where you're saving specific files. Now, it's a prudent service. It's a good service for certain service of purpose, but it is not intended to be actual backup. So you can save specific files. The encryption is questionable. It's decent. It's decent but questionable. Most of them are not HIPAA compliant. So those of you who are running medical offices and the liking are going to have an issue using such things as such cloud storage situations. Now, cloud backup is a different type of similar technology but different purpose. Okay, cloud backup automatically backs up all files and folders on the computer. It's continuous, so it's automatically saving anything you put on the hard drive, anything you put on the hard drive. So if you save a file right now, it automatically backs it up. Also, the encryption is usually very advanced, where it is actually HIPAA compliant, whereas it's okay to use it in medical offices, medical situations. So now, based on that, I'm going to do my recommendation of a service called Carbonite. You might have heard it on TV, where Carbonite saves the world, so on and so forth. It is a very, very good product, and I'm very happy to be a partner with them. In fact, there's a free link. Let me go put these things up here real quick for you. On the screen should be, let me make sure I got the right direction here. primeconsult.net/link/Carbonite. You get a free 15-day free trial for Carbonite. And it's actually very inexpensive, very easy to use, and they have excellent customer support too. Now, what Carbonite will do is, like I say, in fact, let me explain to you how easy it is to use. One of my clients, as a very non-techie office manager, I just basically sent her that link you're looking at right here, okay? And she was able to download the free trial, install it, and run it. She didn't realize it was happened so fast. She didn't realize she was done, and so don't need an IT guy to do this stuff. And what this did is automatically start backing up all their files on their computer in a very safe, secure, HIPAA compliant, secured situation. Now, you might ask why you need Carbonite, why you need something like this. Well, it's because if you're able to back up back up your hard drives and the data here, those three scenarios I mentioned earlier could have been prevented. Now, let's go a step further. Do you really need Carbonite? Well, let's imagine that you suddenly lost everything you have on your computer. All right, pictures, business data, banking information, irreplaceable data information. Now, is keeping them safe worth spending less than 20 cents a day? Because that's about what Carbonite costs. Or you want to call somebody like me out to somebody like me to show up and hopefully fix everything. But I will definitely leave you a big bill. So I hope that I'm a little sarcastic here, but really we're talking a very prudent service, very inexpensive, which can avoid hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of damage, or avoid damage that could be really take down businesses. So once again, the link is at, well, let me make sure I go the right direction here, primeconstant.net/link/carbonite. So anyway, in summary here, computer crashes literally happen all the time. And literally, usually happen we don't expect it, like the 3 scenarios I mentioned to you. Unusual situations that come up, that's when it happens. You can never really predict these things happening. They just simply happen. And when they happen, it's not the value of the hardware that's important. I mean, computers can be replaced for $200-300. It's the value of the data that matters in all this stuff here. Because those data, the data on these computers can be, in the situation I mentioned with the three stories there, they're irreplaceable. It stops business in the tracks, stop people in the tracks, kind of stuff. And it's just common sense to use a data backup service like Carbonite to make sure your data is safe and secured from unfortunate accidents. So again, the free trial is at primeconstant.net/link/carbonite. And check it out. Just 15 free trial. You can see everything I'm telling you right here. It's very simple to use. I wish I could tell you more about it, but it's really the best way to try it out to see how this works is simply try it out. And so anyway, again, primeconstant.net/link/carbonite. And I think that's it. Okay. If you have any question about this thing, by all means, leave at least some questions on the show notes at primeconstant.net. or on YouTube, and go from there. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening and watching, and good luck and Godspeed to your online success.